Liv Ciara's emotional finale performance proves she's more than a runner-up. The 16-year-old singer delivered one of the most emotionally charged performances of the night with her haunting rendition of Billie Eilish's The Greatest, leaving her coach Clarkson in tears and solidifying her place as one of the standout artists of season 29. While Alexia Jayy ultimately took home the crown, Ciara's journey, from rejection to runner-up, became one of the most compelling narratives of the season. What made Liv Ciara's rise so powerful wasn't just her voice, it was her resilience. Just one season earlier, during season 28, she walked onto the Voice stage full of hope and left without a single chair turn. Performing Sabrina Carpenter's Espresso, she failed to convince any coach to take a chance on her. For many artists, that moment could have marked the end. For Ciara, it became the beginning. Taking the feedback seriously, she spent months refining her craft, not just vocally, but emotionally. She began performing more frequently, including with her father's cover band, learning how to truly feel the songs she sang rather than just perform them. That transformation would become the defining difference in her second attempt. When she returned for season 29, everything had changed. This time, both Adam Levine and Clarkson turned their chairs. She chose Clarkson, beginning a mentorship that would guide her all the way to the finale. At just 16 years old, Liv Ciara stood out in a competition filled with experienced performers. Hailing from St. Peters, Missouri, and attending St. Dominic High School, she balanced school life with the pressures of national television. Yet what impressed audiences and coaches alike wasn't just her age, it was her emotional maturity. Clarkson even compared her to a young Mariah Carey, highlighting her vocal control, range, and ability to deliver deeply expressive performances. That emotional intelligence became her signature. Week after week, Ciara didn't just sing, she told stories. Whether performing upbeat tracks or stripped-down ballads, she brought a vulnerability that felt far beyond her years. By the time the finale arrived on April 14, 2026, Ciara had already established herself as a serious contender. Still, her performance of Billie Eilish's The Greatest elevated her to another level entirely. The song, centered on heartbreak, longing, and emotional release, required a depth that many seasoned artists struggle to convey. Ciara embraced it fully, delivering a performance that was both controlled and raw. Behind the scenes, Clarkson admitted she was overwhelmed even during rehearsals, saying she bawled uncontrollably while working with her. On stage, that emotion translated powerfully. As Ciara sang, the room fell into a rare kind of silence, the kind reserved for moments that feel bigger than the competition itself. By the end, Clarkson was in tears, and fellow coach John Legend praised the honesty and vulnerability she brought to the performance. It wasn't just technically impressive, it was deeply human. Long before The Voice, Liv Ciara had already begun building her identity as an artist. She plays both piano and guitar, writes her own music, and has released an EP titled Out Loud, a clear sign that her ambitions extend far beyond television. Her musical style blends pop, soul, and alternative influences, with a strong emphasis on emotional storytelling. That combination made her particularly well-suited for a show like The Voice, where connection often matters just as much as vocal ability. But perhaps what sets Ciara apart most is her clarity of purpose. In interviews, she has expressed a desire not just to perform, but to create music that helps people feel understood, to build the same emotional connection she feels when listening to her favorite artists. When the results were announced, Alexia Jayy was crowned the winner of season 29, with Liv Ciara finishing as runner-up. On paper, that might seem like a loss. In reality, it marks the beginning of something much bigger. Historically, many The Voice contestants who didn't win have gone on to build successful careers, sometimes even surpassing the winners in long-term impact. With her youth, talent, and already developed artistry, Ciara is uniquely positioned to do the same. Liv Ciara's journey, from a no-chair turn audition to one of the most emotional performances of the finale, captured something rare: growth in real time. She didn't just improve, she transformed. And while she may not have taken home the trophy, she walked away with something arguably more valuable: recognition, momentum, and a clear identity as an artist. In a season filled with standout talent, Liv Ciara proved that sometimes the most powerful victory isn't winning, it's being unforgettable.